There are many situations when we want to emphasize how much or little one person or thing has in comparison of another. Do you know how to say that?
Lingportal Online School presents
Modifying comparative adjectives. Dear friends, the following comment was randomly selected. You can see it on the screen. We're happy to congratulate the winner. Please write us an email so we can send you the textbook. Now, watch the next grammar topic, find and memorize a keyword, then write a comment with that keyword. The textbook awaits a student who loves English grammar. This lesson continues the topic Comparatives and Superlatives, and I advise you to first refresh what comparatives and superlatives are. You will see the link in the upper right corner. Also, you can find it in the description below this video. Well, let's start. Look at the sentence, the red car is faster than the green car. In this case, we compare two cars and show the difference in speed between them. Comparatives are a form of adjectives that express a difference in amount, number, degree, or quality. There are several types of comparison: small difference, big difference, surprising difference, and no difference. Let's learn each of them. Showing small differences. If you want to show small differences between two things, you can use modifying words such as a bit, a little bit, not enough, not much, and slightly. Slightly is often used in speech. For example, he's slightly taller than his brother. I am slightly worried that she'll fail her exam. A bit is slightly informal and used in the same way. For example, the weather is a bit warmer today. A little is more formal. This bike is a little cheaper than the one I bought. We can use other words such as almost, not quite, not as, nearly, more/less, with as. Remember to be mindful of the context and use the proper modifier. For example, he's almost sure of a successful result. The weather today isn't quite as cold as yesterday. Flats in my city are not much more expensive than in yours. She isn't as clever as her sister. Showing big differences. In situations when you want to show a big difference between two things, you can use the following modifying words: much, so much, a lot, far with comparative adjectives. The most common way to talk about big difference is using much or so much. For example, my monitor is much bigger than yours. We use far and a lot in the same way. My computer is far smaller than yours. It's a lot more expensive to travel in business class. In order to show great difference, we can also use words like very, really, completely, totally, with different from. For example, the proposed approach is completely or really or totally different from the previous one. Please note, the phrase very much better shows a high degree of difference, is grammatically correct, and can be used in speech. For example, now the weather is very much better than it was. Very much better is technically correct, but it doesn't sound very natural. Instead, we would much more commonly say way, markedly, significantly, a whole lot, noticeably better. Surprising differences. Sometimes information about the difference is surprising and you want to emphasize it or reveal it. In such situations, we use modifying words such as surprisingly, even, actually. Here are the examples. This film was actually worse than I expected it to be. Memorizing English irregular verbs was surprisingly easier than I thought. She has become even more inconsiderable of me. no difference. Sometimes we compare two people or things that have no differences, or the same amount of a particular quantity. Not any or no are used to show that there is no difference at all. Listen to the examples. My laptop is no faster than yours. Italian food isn't more popular than Japanese food. He is not any better than you. In case that two people or things have the same amount of a quality, we use as. For example, my brother's as tall as my sister. Of course, if the person or thing has less of that quality, we use not as. My brother's not as tall as my sister. Please note, normally, we don't modify superlatives because they already describe the largest amount of a particular quality in a group. If we want to emphasize superlatives, we use easily or by far. Her family's easily the richest in our city. He is by far the best student in our faculty. As a final note, saying things correctly with the right choice of words will always leave a positive impression on your listener. This is all for now. Bye.